What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politickin. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal? And also, make sure y'all hit that like, share, subscribe button. Today, we got a follow-up story on that gruesome story that came out of Houston where the skeletal remains of an 8-year-old boy and his three siblings were abandoned in this apartment. So before the last video that we reported on, we had spoke about how the mother and the boyfriend had went in for questioning on that Monday, and they were released. And that's when I start going on all these different things of trying to figure out how, why, where. So today they've been arrested. They were arrested and charged. The mother is 35-year-old Gloria Williams. The boyfriend is Brian Coulter, who's a 31-year-old man. He's on bond. He has a bond of $1 million. He's locked up. I don't think they're gonna be able to afford that. The details of this whole thing is what made me. I had to come back and do the part two, because it's crazy that it's people like this that's out here in this world. So Brian Coulter was charged with the 8-year-old's murder. He did not appear in court on Wednesday when the judge read his charges because he was being evaluated for mental health reasons. I guess he's trying to play that I'm crazy role, which I don't. I got another photo I'm going to put up here just so y'all can see that he ain't that type of crazy that he's trying to play. He might be a little slow, but he ain't that type of slow. You know what I'm saying? We're going to show y'all a little bit of his swag, I guess you would say. Yeah, this is crazy. The judge set the 31-year-old's bond at $1 million. He also ordered he have no contact with any minors, specifically the minor witnesses in this case, and no contact with the boy's mother, Gloria Williams. Williams is charged with injury to a child by omission and tampering with evidence of a human corpse. Yes, that's right. She assisted this man and basically covering up the murder of her own child. The judge set her bond at $900,000, $350,000 for injury to a child, $300,000 for tampering with evidence, and $250,000 for injury by omission. Like Coulter, Williams is ordered to have no contact with her children, any other minors, and no contact with Coulter. And of course, both of them gonna face more charges. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, who did a great job on his press conference, I might add too. Yeah, he basically said he expect more charges, and I hope he's accurate on that, because I think they definitely need the book thrown at them. I don't think they need to go through no trial. They don't need none of them type of rights. Just throw them right where they need to go, to that special place that rhymes with jail, but it's a whole lot hotter, kind of like, yeah, that place. So the details that they got from one of the children, as far as what they witnessed, is is probably the most, the saddest part, and not to mention that they believe two out of the three, um, they saying that three of them, all three of the boys have some type of special needs, um, and noting that information indicates that at least two of the boys have autism, and this is coming from Wofford, who is who was the lead detective on the case, um, or the judge, I should say. Yeah. Um, yeah. No, he's the sergeant. My bad. So Wofford basically says that these kids have special needs, and two of them have autism. So this 15-year old, and again, I was speaking on, why would a 15-year-old not make these phone calls sooner and this and that. But then I also did factor in that these kids could have some type of mental disabilities that's going on that would foster them to not necessarily have the type of responses that you would expect somebody 15 years old. But just because they have autism don't mean that these kids are not smart. They can't do certain things. Clearly they were able to fend for themselves for months and months, without anybody, supervising them or helping them or anything like that. So I would still say we got to give this 15-year-old the credit that he deserved, for being able to protect his two younger siblings. And so basically, the medical examiner ruled that the 8-year-old's manner of death was a homicide caused by multiple blunt force injuries. And investigators now believe that Coulter had beat the boy to death, and then he and Williams moved out, leaving the children to fend for themselves as their brother's body decomposed. The teen told deputies his mom had not been back in months. Sergeant Wofford said, "It appears that the boy was beaten to death sometime between November 20th and November 29th, 2020. It was revealed at Williams' court appearance Wednesday that the two younger brothers gave this gruesome testimony of how they were abused in the abuse of their deceased brother. Both of the boys recalled Coulter kicking and punching the 8-year-old repeatedly until he stopped moving and had black eyes. The boy said Coulter covered his body with a blanket. Williams, this is the mother. Williams is the mother. Williams is the mom. Reportedly told deputies she witnessed Coulter punching her now deceased son in November of last year. She told deputies she tried to stop him. The next day, she said she went back into the room where the beating took place and found the 8-year-old deceased under a blanket. So you see this man abusing your child the way he abusing them, enough to where you feel like you got to try to stop it. You don't go check on his well-being until the following day. You cannot make this up. At this point, they had more than enough time to try to foster this whole, we crazy, we got mental issues. I promise you, that's probably the only reason why she's sitting there with that bleached blonde hair. I promise you. That's why they shouldn't get no slack. Throw the book at them. Williams reportedly confronted Coulter, who she said apologized and claimed he lost control and kept punching him until he went to sleep. So you allow this man to apologize to you, and that's all good. According to details revealed in court, Williams admitted she knew her son was dead in November 2020, but did not notify law enforcement because Coulter told her not to. She was afraid her kids would be taken by CPS. Now, this is a bunch of malarkey. This is stupid. She's not a smart individual. You fear that your kids will be taken by CPS more than you fear this man possibly being able to do not only what he did to your child, to you or to your other children. Like, I don't know. She was afraid she would go to jail. Well, guess what, sweetheart? Ding, 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 ding. You on your way. And I hope that they charge you with just as much as they charged him. I promise you. They need to give you the whole book and nothing but the book. So help them God. You was worried about CPS? You were worried about CPS. You should have called CPS on yourself. You would have got way more respect in my eyes. Because ain't nothing wrong with a person that could, be humble and admit when they need help or when they down and out. But for you to try to now say, oh, well, I was scared you were scared of going to CPS or going to jail because this man killed your child. So you didn't say nothing. Just fuck it. And this is why I say I don't got no remorse for her. Again, the apartment that they were living in, the apartment that these boys were found in, was in deplorable conditions. Officials said the unit reportedly had no furniture, no bedding, soiled carpet, cockroaches, and fly infestation. And that clearly is due to the fact that they had a decomposed body in a bedroom right next door. While the boys were abandoned at the apartment, investigators said the couple lived in a different apartment about 25 minutes away. 25 minutes away. The couple would occasionally visit the boys, which is evident to what Mr. Gonzalez said in that press conference, that he has no doubt that somebody had to be bringing them food, because they had some food in there. Not a lot, but they had some. So this is where that comes from. Yeah, they would be visiting just to drop off food or things like that. And they said that they knew that it was the couple because the 9-year-old had a severe injury to his jaw. So they said that had to be in that time that they were dropping off food, that he would come and just lose his mind and temper all over again and abuse another child. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, man, this is crazy. The couple, yeah, they will visit the kids to drop off food occasionally. Investigators believe Coulter beat the 9-year-old and caused the injury that happened about 3 weeks ago. So your son been dead for damn near a year. You done left your other kids. So whatever remorse, whatever conscience that you have that will make you, if you felt like you failed your first child that died, then whatever that was in you, if this was legitimately like you gave a fuck about your kids, you would did everything times 10, 100. Even if you had to put your own gun to his head and shoot your boyfriend or whatever, not promoting violence, but even if you had to do what you had to do to protect you and yours. You know what I'm saying? So he was still able to go back and do all this stuff, and all you was good with was just an apology. Oh, it's okay, he lost his temper. Man, please. Now the 9-year-old got to go through surgery just to have that fixed on his jaw. Yeah, so Gonzalez, again, he said it appears Williams occasionally provided food by some delivery service, but it was never anything substantial. And it was instead snacks like noodles, chips, and soft drinks. So she just getting these kids snacks that you give kids after they get done with their baseball game on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? This is what they got to live off of. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm sure she ain't looking like she missing no meals. She not no small lady. She ain't missing no meals. You know what I'm saying? For sure, she ain't missing no meals. She ain't missing no meals. I don't care what nobody say. She not malnourished. Hell no. You can see it all up in there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when they found the boys at the apartment, they were very, very thin. And the officers felt so bad that the only thing that they can do is get these boys some donuts at the time. You know, just to try to put something on their stomach. That's crazy. The younger boys, from the investigation, the younger boys may have been locked inside the apartment by Coulter, which would make sense, you know, because he, the coward that he is. And I hope you do about 5 years. I hope they give you 5 years in jail before somebody, you know, sends you to that special place. Because I want them to have fun with you while you locked up. And you got that warrior on your neck. They're going to make you a warrior, princess. That's what you're going to be. You're going to turn into Xena around that motherfucker. Yeah, so they say the kids were very, very sweet children, very nice, very well spoken. At the same time, Mr. Wolford said that the kids had this blankness in their eyes, you know, which is probably just due to the nonstop trauma that they had to go through. Man, I couldn't imagine going through nothing like that. Um, the neighbors told the news ABC 13 the 15-year-old relied on them for food. Erica Chapman was one of the residents who noticed something was wrong, and she started giving them food 6 months ago. Now, Miss Chapman, like, I commend you, but why in the hell would you see these type of things going on with a 15-year-old? And I get it. You don't want to be in nobody's business, but you already crossing the boundaries in some people's eyes, right? Like, because if that motherfucker that ain't missing no meals right there in that thumbnail caught you giving food to her kids, she probably would have caught an attitude. Like, nah, I don't know, don't worry about my kids. You know what I'm saying? Next time, if anybody want to give a helping hand, when you notice you got to start giving food to kids, and then you say, like you told the news, you felt like you noticed something was wrong, that's when you need to do your due diligence and become a mandated reporter. Call 911. Let them know that, yeah, when if y'all go knock on the door, they don't answer, they're in there. I just seen them. I just bought them something to eat. You know, Miss Chapman said that the teen wouldn't accept cooked meals. He would only take packaged snacks, fruits, and pizza. I didn't want to push him away by asking questions because I knew he was starving and needed food, Chapman said. Again, if you've seen all these signs of this 15-year-old kid, why wouldn't you try to do more to help him? Instead of just giving him something that could hold him over, get him out of there. Maybe I'm tripping, but maybe I'm not. But let's say I am tripping. You should have still called the cops. Bars. So the Leaf ISD confirmed that in 2019 and 2020, the school district filed truancy papers against the mother. Two of her children apparently failed to show up to school. Because remember, last video I did, part 1, I said that ain't no way these kids who should be in school, who should be, like, they shouldn't fall through the cracks. At best, the school should have did something, should have stepped in, you know? But I guess they trying to give, they trying to basically take they responsibility and show, like, look, this is what we did, you know? Y'all could have did more. I know too many situations where, because a parent get into it with a staff member at the school, next thing you know, CPS is at their door. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this kind of shit, y'all got to do more than just say what y'all tried to do a year or 2 years ago. These kids were just found a couple days ago. You said in 2019 and 2020. The kids were last enrolled in school in May of 2020. Come on now. A September 2020 home visit went unanswered. Yeah, I don't even want to read this statement by this person representing the school district because it just seemed real. What's that stuff when like you gotta say something to try to help, like, soften the truth when you talking to the people. Just a bunch of malarkey bullshit. That's what it is. It was very, very easy for these kids to fall through the cracks. It should have never happened. Like, shit like that. We know. Y'all should have did more. Deputy said that so far there is no evidence that Williams was also being physically abused by Coulter and that she never made an outcry of abuse to law enforcement. She was not being abused by Coulter. And like I said, she's missing no meals. And Coulter, I don't think he's that big from his photos, but he don't outweigh her. And anybody know somebody looking like a Super Saiyan, she don't give a fuck if he a man or not. She gonna throw her weight around. She gonna do. Come on, man. He a little frail. You feel me? But anyway, let me let y'all see how they living. Look, this is them. This is them right there. So you got Precious and Bubba Sparks. Yeah, he looked like Bubba Sparks. I was gonna say Paul Wall, but Paul Wall got a little bit more like swag. I would say Paul Wall, he really he got it. He ain't like this white boy right here for sure. But yeah, this is the type of people they are. And I'm figuring these pictures and photos were posted to their Instagrams or their social medias within that time that them kids were still going through that. And the fact that she got a smile on her face, the fact that he's sitting there looking like he this old tough ass thug, to where I bet you if one of them boys' daddy, because they say that they got most of them got different daddies, and she got other kids too. So she got more kids that wasn't inside that house. They were clearly in the care of or custody of other people. Yeah, come on, man. Put a. I don't know, bruh. This is just so sad. This is so inconveniently stressful. If you got kids, if you a parent, if you got kids, especially if you got kids and you're not with that person no more, you're not with the mother, in like a man's case, you're not with the mother, or a woman's case, you're not with the father anymore, and you go through all these loops and these bounds to be able to be in your kid's life, just for a bitter woman, probably more than likely in her case, because it is like one of the fathers was deceased and then the other ones had no contact with their children. And I'm almost certain, depending on circumstances, but just my experience, and different people I talk to, including my own personal experience with a baby mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you get these ones that'll do whatever they can, to make it difficult for the father, who they know gonna do whatever it take to provide and take care of their seed. To keep him away, just to let somebody who wouldn't give a flying fuck about you or your kids. And this is just a prime example. And it's crazy that, CPS is wanting to get involved. They're seeking to get custody of the three boys. Yeah, how convenient. That's another check for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, they got some family members that's probably on the father's side who could step in and take these boys in and show them the love, the things that they need. Show them something like that. Because right now they not being allotted the type of things that we as American citizens should strive to make sure that every child gets to experience. And this is just a prime example of a no good for nothing mother who will sit there and play victim when it's convenient. You feel me? Like, you sit there and play victim when it's convenient. Now all of a sudden you were scared of this man. You were scared for your life. I don't see it. I don't see that shit. You can see in the photos, she's bigger than him. And if you know anything about a woman, if you know anything about a black woman that's bigger than a man, especially if she got brothers or something, you can't tell her she can't whip your ass. She wouldn't give a fuck. I guarantee you she was tossing this white boy around like some grains of rice. I guarantee you. So all that playing that victim shit, I'm not falling for it. And I have no type of sympathy, empathy, no nothing for y'all. I hope when bad stuff happen, it only happens to people like y'all. First, I hope when you thinking you about to go up for parole or whatever, you don't. I hope a lot of people could be outraged by this. And just put yourself in them kids' shoes. Put your child in them kids' shoes. So this is a message. This is more than just two dog-ass people, a deadbeat mom and a deadbeat stepdad or boyfriend. This beyond that. This is for people who are being victimized by the system and all that. Fight for your kids, because nobody gives a fuck about them the way that you say you do. So you got to show it. Fight for them. Period. Period. Because this right here, this shit happen every day, B. And that's the sad thing about it. That's the sad thing about it. It happen every day. You know, this is a mother. This is a mother. This is a mother right here. You know what I'm saying? This is a mother. This is a mother. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who you birthed these kids. And because of you birthed these kids, the system is made to make sure that if anything, they stay with their mother, no matter what. It's more beneficial for them to be with their mother and take the father out the picture, no matter what. This is a prime example how that shit don't work. That's it. That's all I want to really say. I might have to break this down to 2 parts. I don't know. But we at 26 minutes. Y'all definitely let me know what y'all thinking here. I'm probably a little too hyped. Probably going a bunch of different places with it, because it's all starts with one thing. You. So what is you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself. Protect your children. Protect your children. And if all else fails, fight for your right to be in your kid's life. Because this could easily be any other man. This could be any other man. Because, oh yeah, that child, he got a daddy. These kids, they got a dad. You know? Yeah, they say one of them is deceased, but they dad got a family. You know what I'm saying? So fight for them, cause this could easily been any. If you not with your child's mother or father, this could easily be you when you not around. You don't, cause you don't get to control who's around your kids. You don't got no say so in none of that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure that you do whatever you can to be in your child's life. So whatever something go down, they got an ear to run and talk to listen to them, and that they know if all else fails, my daddy will pop up and he gonna put shit right back where it's supposed to be. And that's it. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Big M Dog said, what's the deal? I don't know, y'all. This is real disturbing. I might drop another video today, but if not, hey, again, protect your people, protect yourself, and protect your children. This is bad. Peace.